Hey, so I wanted to take this opportunity to explain what you've seen to this point. Everything filmed up until this point was shot yesterday. Even though I showed you just what was done on the driver's seat, that same process was repeated for the whole interior. It started with obviously preparing the cleaner that we're going to use on the seat. We used Leathermaster strong leather cleaner. We cut it 10-to-1 with distilled water. The purpose is, well, a strong cleaner, per its name, is going to be far more aggressive. So this is actually a little lighter how we cut it. It's a little lighter than their light cleaner. Not just that, but it's just not necessary. I've been able to assess this leather and see if anything oily has been added to the surface, and there's not. Nobody touched it. BMW respected my wishes by not detailing the car before we picked it up. They only hand washed it. And the primary purpose of me cleaning the leather is to remove skin oil, any kind of dyes that could have come off of clothing, any kind of dirt, anything that would have gotten on that leather from the time that it was made and cleaned and installed to the point that, well, today. And even my staff and I getting in and out of the car over the last 30 or so days, inevitably we're going to get something on that leather. So I need to make sure that there's nothing between the leather and the coatings that are going on top of the leather. Now, that holds true for even the cleaner. I don't want any residues left over. And that's why I followed up with using distilled water on a quality microfiber towel to wipe down the leather and ensure that there was no residues left over, no kinds of surface contaminants. Anything that's not a part of that leather or the top coat to the leather is technically a contaminant in this situation, because we don't want anything between the leather and the top coat. Basically, we'll call it leather, as they act as a single unit. We don't want anything between the leather and the Modesta LPS-01. And the reason is, just like a coating for the body or a coating for the wheels, anything that's between that surface and the coating that's going on it is going to have a negative impact on how that coating performs. And it just doesn't make sense to do it half the way. It makes more sense to spend a bit more time. As you could see with the horsehair brush, a lot of time was spent on those crevices where that leather meets up, because it's easy to not get down in there really good. And a lot of time was spent to ensure that I did get in there really good, so that I can know that when that coating goes on, which I showed you the application of the LPS-01, that it's going to have an excellent bond. And everybody could see at first, especially on that outer bolster, how grabby that leather was, and how the coating itself did not want to just slide right on. That's very common. Now, if you go back and assess the video a little bit more, you'll see that as time went on, as I was applying the product, it actually started to slide a little bit more. Now, that's not because we're now making the surface slick. It's that coating is starting to take to the surface, and it's not quite as porous as it was before. So what we want with the LPS-01 is that is designed to give chemical resistance. I did one application yesterday, and one application is essentially multiple very, very light applications inside of a given time span. Obviously, we don't want it to be like sopping wet. And again, if you go back and review the video, no doubt you'll be able to perceive on that outer bolster how there was a little bit of splotchiness before I wiped it down. And that's where essentially the leather at that point was rejecting anything else from being absorbed into that top coat. very normal. But that's too why I go back and I follow up with a dry quality microfiber towel to remove any excess. We don't want any kind of streakiness, which if there were to be some streakiness, we have a few days and we have another solution we can use that will essentially take off that coating. So we didn't have any of that. Here we are a day later. I've been able to inspect it. It looks very nice. But what I'm about to do is one more fine application of the LPS-01, and then I like to wait at least 24 hours. The manufacturer of Modesta does not specify that it's 24 hours, but I'm a if you know me personally, I'm very much a certain way. But I'm going to wait 24 hours before we apply the LPS-02. And the LPS-02 is going to be added just to the outer bolsters. And what that will do is provide me with a high measure of abrasion resistance. Now that's relative. The best thing one can always do, which costs you nothing but effort, is going to be lifting your body over your outer bolster if you're in the driver's seat. Rather than that whole move where you place your body and then you just take your thighs and drag them along the edge and then step out. And then when we get in, we plop our rear end down and then drag our thighs back across. Hey, if you don't care, I mean, I don't know how you made it this far in this video, but clearly this video is not going to be for you. In my case, I do care. My clients care. So even when I apply the Modesta LPS or leather protection system, we'll just call it that. When we apply the leather protection system, I still tell my clients there's still something more you can do than apply LPS-01 and 02. The 02 in a vacuum, it's still going to be better than not having it on there. But what's better than giving a little bit more effort, and maybe you program your seats so that they move back, or if you have like a GT4 or GT3 where you have a manual lever and it's really quick to slide the seat forward and back. One of the things that makes getting in and out without dragging your body on that bolster a lot easier is if you go and pull that lever, slide all the way back, and you have so much more space to maneuver your body to get in and out. In my case, I can't quickly do that, and I need to do a little bit more research, but I believe I can program the seats so that when the ignition is turned off, the seat will go back. And if that's the case, that's what I ultimately will have. In the meantime, moving forward, you're probably only going to see the LPS-02 being applied, and we may touch on, I haven't decided yet, these videos take a long time to put together. I may go on and share our process for we have extended, I got the extended leather on the M3, so we have real leather for the dash and the door cards, the bulk of the door cards, but we're going to have a different process for that. More is not always better, and because I know the exposure this car is going to have, I don't see the need in putting the leather protection, the Modesta leather protection system for me on the extended leather pieces. Maybe I'll change my mind, but for now I think I want to go with something more on the organic side for that. I don't know if that's the right way to put it. Something more temporary, we'll say that. Different folks, different strokes. There's nothing wrong with applying LPS to those uppers and other pieces, but really your seats are where you see the primary wear. Other than that, your dash, I mean, are you drinking, I don't know, milkshakes and spilling milkshakes and getting sticky stuff all up on the dash? I mean, I guess, yeah, in that case, go a bit further and get the LPS on there. But in my situation, we're going to just do the seats and where people would place their arms, because those are going to be the areas that see the primary wear. I'm not going to bore you with another clip of me at the end of the video, so I'll use this one to say goodbye, to ask if you enjoy the video, please click the like and feel free to share. And it's always nice to see new subscribers. Comments are always welcome as well. And if you would like to use some of the products that we use, I will put some links. They will be affiliate links. I'll put some links in the description down below. And feel free to take advantage of that. As a heads up, you're not going to find the Modesta through any affiliate links nor anywhere you can buy it. You will have to go to, if you would like to find a local Modesta dealer, you can go to modestanorthamerica.com and then look at the installer map. Otherwise, hope you guys enjoy this video, and it makes a little bit more sense why we go through the steps we go through to ensure that the leather coating is done the right way. So hope you enjoy the video, and please keep your, I don't want to say eyes peeled, that's kind of gross, but keep your eyes open to some more videos, because we're going to have very similar videos moving forward for everything I do to this car. So I'm really hoping for a very chill experience, and hope you guys can enjoy the videos. See you around.